Hi guys, my name is Nonima Tigela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I want us to talk about Mary Diaz. She's a professor at UKZN. There's a lot of things that are happening online. There's a lot of things that are being said about her. It's going down. Let's check some of these things that are being said and what she had to say also over the years. And we heard Mukwanasi talking about her there by ad hoc committee. Yes, I think ad hoc committee. I don't remember if he said something there or Madanga Commission. And then Begitele said a lot about her. I think also police commissioner, National Police Commissioner Masemula said a lot also. But here is what has been said about Mary Diaz Sanalam. Mary Diaz has said about Kaile. First, let's talk about that. Diaz accused Kaile of putting her life in danger. She claimed that he allegedly told police members she was out to destroy him. I am putting on record that I believe if what I am told by police members is correct, Minister Stele endangering my personal safety, Mary Diaz. She has criticized Tele's operational interference in South African police services, especially his involvement in operational matters rather than strictly oversight or policy. Diaz has been highly critical of irregular appointments and promotions in SEPs under Tele's watch, as well as procurement and what she sees as political influence in police operations. She asserted that the longer an inquiry into policing corruption takes, the worse the rot becomes, and he mentioned Cele by name as one of the implicated senior figures. Regarding a special task team investigating political killings in KwaZulu-Natal, etc., Diaz said it was completely irregular for a minister, Cele, to be operationally running the team since suspects might include his colleagues. What did Begitele say, or his office has said, or to respond to this? On the direct allegation of endangering Diaz, Tele spokesperson offered a no comment thanks in response to Diaz's claim. In context where Diaz accused him of operational interference, Tele has publicly maintained that ministers do not instruct the National Commissioner directly in relation to task teams. For example, in one matter, he stated that a minister cannot establish or disband a unity without going through the commissioner and relevant structures. Cele has, in past interviews, vowed to clean up and reform crime intelligence and other units of SEPs. Let's now deal with specific focus, what Cele said about Diaz. From available things that are out there online, there are so many things that he said, but let's focus on what Cele said about Mary Diaz. What's that committee? Okay, before that, Mary Diaz is a violence monitor, a violence and criminality expert associated with the KZN Violence Monitor, has been in the headlines because her name was repeatedly referenced during parliamentary and commission hearings about alleged criminal infiltration of SEPs. Begitele told the ad hoc committee that one of the items Senzo Mchunu relied on when disbanding the KZN political killings task team was a complaint from Mary Diaz. Cele also made several passing references to her conduct on media or WhatsApp channels during testimony and when pressed, calling her a wonderful person. Diaz says she's willing to testify before the Madanga Commission and the ad hoc committee to answer all claims and denies being the cause of any improper ministerial action. She says she has emailed police about abuses since 2019 and wants UKZ entities associated from the controversy. What Begitele actually said about Mary Diaz in the ad hoc committee, Cele told the committee that one of the reasons cited by then Minister Senzo Mchunu for disbanding political killings task team were complaints he had received. One of those was a complaint from Mary Diaz. This places Diaz squarely amongst the public inputs Mchunu said influenced his decision. In a live coverage, Cele made less formal remarks, noting Diaz's activity on certain channels referring to screenshots and public messages, and in one exchange referred to her as a wonderful person while disputing some of the content circulating on those channels. Those comments appeared in committee live feeds and reporting. Okay. What Mary Diaz says or is doing on her side, Diaz publicly offered to testify before Madlanga Commission and the ad hoc committee, give her side of the story and answer questions about her correspondence and public statements. And she objected to being labeled a UKZN academic, saying the university should be left out of this, and stressed that her communication to officials goes back to 2019, claiming she was asked for inquiries into alleged police abuse. She denies directing Mchunu to disband the political killing system. She says she has asked for an inquiry and provided case studies, and that any influence was not an instruction to act unilaterally. That's what's happening on that side. The public is questioning her credentials or methods, controversies that or reputation risk. What is so not great about her being on the news all the time? A public questioning of her credentials or methods. KZN Police Commissioner Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi publicly called Diaz a desktop researcher and questioned her status and methodology, which has been picked up widely in reporting. That criticism damages credibility in the eyes of some committee members and media. Secondly, being cited as the reason for major ministerial action, Tele's statement, and that Mchunu relied on a complaint from her. Public messaging or social channels. Committee reporting noted she appeared on public channels where screenshots claims were shared. Committee witnesses dispute the provenance of those screenshots. Participation in heated public messages can undermine an expert's perceived objectivity. Polarized media coverage. Some outlets treat her as a whistleblower or monitor. Others present her as a partisan actor whose inputs contributed to controversial decisions. This split press coverage amplifies reputational uncertainty. What does this mean, or these implications means for Mary Diaz? Diaz's role has shifted from academic or monitor to political consequential actor in a high-stakes parliamentary inquiry that invites both legal and political scrutiny and intense media attention. If Diaz testifies, her evidence will be probed for origin of information, method, chain of custody, where screenshots came from, and whether she made recommendations or issued directives that formed the basis of ministerial decisions. That testimony could either rehabilitate her credibility if robust and evidenced, or further damage it if gaps are exposed. Is she ready for that? Is she ready for that? Because that is not good. That's not good for her. Not at all. Absolutely. So Diaz is out here saying, no, it's UKZN, keep it up. Don't speak about UKZN. I'm my own person, blah, 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 blah. Bottom line is, you work there, ma'am. You work there. And now I do want her to come through and tell us her side of the story. I do want her to come through and give feedback. But I've seen a lot of her letters. I've seen a lot of her letters. And I think she must be given an opportunity before we cast doubt on everything that she has done. Before we cast doubt on her work, she needs to be given an opportunity to come through and tell us herself what's going on. What's up with that? Is she pushing some certain narrative? Is she pushing some certain agenda? Who is she working with? Why is she working with those people? What did she see? Is she a professor writing things down for whatever? We want to see. We want to see her work. So given an opportunity to come through, then it will expose her. Whether she's a good person or not, she's someone that South Africa can rely on, all of that. So we need her to come through, guys. What are your thoughts when it comes to this? I think let's give her a chance to come and show us who she is. I'll see you on our next video. Thank you so much. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye.